representing the country of Thailand. Thailand is a Southeast Asian country. It is known for tropical beaches, opulent royal palace, ancient ruins, and ornate temples displaying figures of Buddha. Cultural practices of Thailand. Y. Greetings are accompanied by the gesture known as Y, which is the placing of two palms together with fingertips touching the nose. A Y indicates the level of respect for another person and is an acknowledgement of seniority. A person should bow their head with their palms pressed together to indicate respect. In Thai culture, the feet are considered as the lowest and dirtiest part of the body. Raising your feet higher than someone's head or just simply by putting your feet on the desk or chair considered extremely rude. Make sure to dress properly when you visit Thai temples. Knees and shoulders should be covered for both sexes. The more phone clothes, the better. Also, the Thai people don't like when you show too much affection in public. This is also not done in any temples. Try to avoid kissing and hugging, but also holding hands is okay. Thais remove their shoes when they enter homes and temples. When you entering homes, temples, and restaurants, they will ask you to take off your shoes and walk around barefoot or with slippers. So be aware if you have to take off your shoes, or it's okay to leave them. Don't point. Pointing is considered rude in many cultures. Particularly so in Thailand, when you want to point on something, use hold hand instead. Throwing objects or money into someone's direction is rude and not polite. Try to make time to hand things over properly, especially to older people. Don't raise your voice. Try to keep your voice down in shops or restaurants and anywhere in Thailand. If you find yourself in argument, don't raise your voice. Don't shout out, it won't help the situation. And also, you causes people involved to become embarrassed and lose face. Losing face is very important in Thailand. When you lose face, your reputation is lost and you embarrass yourself and the rest of the people. Do treat monks with the highest respect. Women are not allowed and touch the monk. So be careful when you're near one. Also, give them plenty of space to move around. And when you pass monks, you lower your body. Taking pictures are typically allowed in Thailand unless it says otherwise. But also, Buddha images are not for decorations or for tattoos. When it comes to communication, Thai people tend to have an indirect communication style and avoid giving flat-out refusals. In keeping interaction amenable, Thai people will often smile or nod. Eye contact. Eye contact shows attentiveness to the person talking. However, direct eye contact should be diverted every now and again to soften the interaction. Intense eye contact can be viewed as a challenge to the other person. When being instructed or spoken to by a superior, it is respectful to lower one's eyes. And most especially, don't forget to smile. Thailand is also known as the land of smiles, so try to smile as much as possible. Representing my country, which is the Philippines. The Philippines is an archipelagic country in Southeast Asia. It is situated in the Western Pacific Ocean and consists of about 7,640 islands that are broadly categorized under three main geographical divisions from north to south: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The cultural practices of the Philippines. The Filipinos are very resilient. In times of calamities and catastrophes, Filipinos always manage to rise above the challenge. Instead of wallowing, they manage to pick themselves up and smile. The Filipinos take pride in their families. In the Philippines, it is family first. So whether you are the part of the immediate family or you belong to the third or fourth generation, you are treated as a family member. Sometimes, even the closest of friends are considered family too. The Filipinos are very religious. In all corners of Filipino house, you can find brazen images of crosses and other religious paraphernalia. We, as a Filipino, go to church every Sunday or sometimes even twice or 3 times a week. Filipinos are very respectful. From the moment we are born into this world, we are already taught how to be respectful by using these simple catchphrases po and opo, words that end sentences when addressing elders. We, as a Filipino, have a culture of pagmamano, which is we will raise the backs of the hands of the elders to our foreheads as a sign of respect. Filipinos help one another. More popularly known as a bayanihan, Filipinos help one another without expecting anything in return, so that undertaking their tasks and responsibilities become much easier. Sometimes this is called community spirit. For Filipinos, tradition in our home and our family are important. We usually set aside a specific day for a certain celebrations like festival, birthday, reunions, and more. We also take pride of our roots and our ancestors' beliefs. We Filipinos love to party. Yes, Filipinos love to hold celebrations and fiestas. We Filipinos have the longest Christmas celebration ever. As early as September, the start of Bear Month, you can hear Christmas songs and jingles being played in the malls or in the restaurants here in the Philippines. The mood becomes festive with many people shopping and in good spirits. Christmas celebration lasts until around the first or second week of January. We Filipinos love to eat. Aside from breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we Filipinos manage to squeeze in a little meal in between too. Whether we eat every hour or every 3 hours, we savor every bite, and we do love going to buffet. We Filipinos love to sing. This is the reason why karaoke has become so prevalent. As a part of our recreation, we Filipinos spend some quality time with our families or friends singing or belting out new and old songs. Filipinos are one of the most hospitable people that you can see anywhere. Foreign visitors of the country are treated with utmost respect and give their best to entertain them. Courtship. Filipinos are very romantic people. Harana or serenading is the most famous way of courtship to show serious intention of the man to the woman. This is done by a man who will sing a love song at the front of the house of the woman. He is usually accompanied by his male friends. Filipino cuisine. Eating is one of Filipinos' favorite pastimes. Filipino foods are rich of flavors due to the cocktail of Chinese, Spanish, Indian, Malay, and American flavors incorporated in its cuisine. Just like any Asian countries, rice is the main food of Filipinos paired with other dishes. Every town in the Philippines has its own specialty dish that distinguishes the place. When it comes to communication, we Filipino try to express our opinions and ideas diplomatically and with humility to avoid appearing arrogant. The tone of voice varies widely by language, dialect, and region. When speaking to those who are older or of higher status, We Filipinos tend to use the polite forms of speech. The indirect communication, refusal, physical contact, personal space, laughter, pointing, gestures, and beckoning.